Hi, this is Chris Ward, CTO at GreenPages Logix One. I recently did a webinar just last week talking about a lot of the announcements that came out of the recent VMworld shows from both the US and Europe, and I wanted to take a little bit of time today to go through some of the highlights with you here. Out of the US show, there were two primary announcements. Number one being the introduction of something called VMware Cloud Foundation and also VMware's cross-cloud services. Out of the European show, the big announcement there was the introduction of vSphere and vSAN 6.5. And in between the two shows, there was also a really big announcement having to do with a partnership between AWS and VMware. So out of the US show, the Cloud Foundation announcement was really all around VMware packaging, bundling together good old vSphere, NSX, which is network virtualization, and vSAN, which is a hyper-converged or a software-defined storage solution that VMware's had on the market for quite some time. Bringing those to market in kind of a complete packaged, single package way, easy to procure, easy to set up, easy to deploy, and very scalable. On the cross-cloud architecture front, VMware is really, from a strategic standpoint, going much more agnostic with the cloud, and there were a lot of announcements around interoperability with AWS, with Azure, obviously all the vCloud service providers, and so on. So VMware is going to start playing much nicer, or much more nicely, I should say, across all of the various cloud providers that are in the market. Along with that announcement, and in between the shows, as I mentioned, was a key partnership announcement between AWS, Amazon Web Services, and VMware. Essentially, VMware is going to be using that Cloud Foundation infrastructure that was announced in the US, but house it within AWS's existing data center footprint, so that you'll have VMware to VMware migration and workload run capability, hybrid cloud capability, and all of the, well, not all of, but most of the Amazon regions around the world coming in 2017. So very cool stuff going on that front. The vSphere and vSAN 6.5 announcement obviously was huge as well. There was a lot of good stuff coming specifically in the vSphere world and specifically around vCenter, and the built-in high availability, the HTML5 client interface, much more user-friendly than the old web client. A lot of scalability enhancements. You can run literally tens of thousands of virtual machines out of a single vCenter environment now. So lots of good stuff there. And again, if you're interested in learning more, feel free to click the link at the bottom of this to view the full recording of my webinar. And obviously, you can always give us a call, and we're happy to discuss any of your needs. Thank you very much.